How to live. Wait. Get back up here. Get back up here.
We gotta start over.
No, we're rolling. Film's expensive. How to make money living in your RV full time. That's what we're going to talk about. Our quick answer to that, and I think the only answer to that is, hey, what are you already doing? And can you take that on the road? How we make money living full time in an RV may be different than a lot of people. Hopefully our circumstances will encourage you to look at your situation and see if you can do it. How do we do it? First thing we did is we had to make the decision. We wanted to live in an RV and travel around the United States. That we made that decision. Boom, we went out, bought an RV. It was inexpensive. It was used. It needed some work. That didn't scare us. It was not a big deal. Once we had the RV in a situation where we thought we could move into it, we found a long-term park, and we moved into the RV. And when we moved into the RV, we started saving tons of money, because all of a sudden, all those weird expenses that goes with living in a house were gone. We were paying $475 a month for our rent, and utilities were incredibly inexpensive. Start saving money.
So once we moved into the RV, at this point, I was still working in a job where I had to be on site in an office. I was commuting every day. The RV park was close, so it wasn't a long commute, but still, it was just like a normal life, except instead of going home to a house, I went home to the RV. Then I got laid off. Now, that was the best thing that happened, and we happened to be fortunate in that. And what was great about it is when it happened, it was not a panic. We had money saved because we'd been living cheap. We had paid cash for the RV. Granted, it was older and needed a lot of work, but that's how we got it for cash, and not having a payment made our lives a lot easier. So we did have to do something. I just didn't have to jump into a job immediately. We had a couple months of living expenses covered, and we could breathe for a minute. And then I started calling everyone I know. So I've been in the business for a long time, and I'm an electrician, and this is the whole joke that we have. When we tell people what I do for a living, we say, I'm an online electrician, which doesn't make any sense at all. Completely weird, but it works. So what I did is I started calling all the contractors I know, and I specialize in solar. So during my whole time in the industry, which was 12 years, I made a lot of contacts, and I got a lot of certifications. And I gathered every skill I could. Anytime there was an opportunity to learn to do something new, I did it. And then I started looking at all the things I knew how to do and what could be done online. So I called contractors and I offered them services. I said, I can do your proposals for you. I can do your permit packages in AutoCAD for you. I can do system designs for you. All of that could have been done remotely. I could do it sitting at a computer anywhere in the country and email them the finished product. They didn't know at the time that I wanted to leave. Didn't matter. The next thing I did is I started going to trade shows and meeting new people and talking to all the people that I knew. I ran into somebody that I knew who had a new job, who had an opening for someone like me. It was all online work. It was remote quality insurance inspections. I look at pictures of jobs and say whether they're installed correctly or not. I got this opportunity because I have the certifications I have and I have the knowledge that I have, and I knew this person who knew I had all of that. Not luck. We went to a lot of trade shows. We did a lot of work. I did a lot of work ahead of time to make the contacts, get the certifications, get the knowledge. But it all fell into place. And then once we had it all worked out where I was making enough money and everything I was doing was remote, we started moving. And actually we started moving a little before that because the trade shows were not local. So we did roll out to the trade shows and roll back to our home base park until I got all the opportunities set up. We let go of the home base park and we've been traveling ever since.
Right. So the answer to the question really is, what are you already doing and can you take your job with you? When we ask people that, sometimes they'll say, no, I have this type of work or that type of work. I always think, hey, if Kat can be an electrician and make money online, then I'm thinking you can find this as well. So that should be very encouraging to you. Don't look at that and say, well, that's a weird thing. It is weird, but you can be weird too. In that we see bookkeepers out here. We've seen people in the medical profession who work temporarily, whether a traveling nurse or a physical therapy assistant who is just, they get assigned to someplace for 3 months and then they move on. That seems to work very well for them. There's a lot of IT people out here doing this type of lifestyle. So, and we even know somebody who does all the red tape paperwork for utility companies. Kind of weird job to have, but she doesn't want to travel. She lives in a resort town, but she works at home. If you can take your job home, you can bring it with you on the road. There are other opportunities such as work camping, maybe Amazon, maybe an amusement park, become a clown. Or there's seasonal workers like the sugar beet harvesting and some ranch work. I don't know much about that, and so we're not going to talk about that.
But it exists, and that's the thing. And the key here on all of this is that we set the intention, we believed it was possible, and we did it. The people who tell us, no, I could never do that, they aren't going to do this because it's in their head that they can't.
Right. If you argue for your limitations, you're allowed to keep them.
It's just one of those things. Another thing a lot of people are doing is they have sponsors. Other people are professionals looking for seasonal work, like accountants that go do work at tax season and spend the rest of their time traveling. There's all sorts of things you can do out there. And another thing you can do is keep an eye on our website, because we're going to have some stuff here in the next few months that's going to come to life on our website that could bring a lot of opportunity to people who want to live this lifestyle like us.
Right. It's not an MLM. Just going to give you throw that out there because a lot of people are afraid of those. We don't like them. We're just going to have an opportunity for you to do the things you like to do and possibly make money on that. Stay tuned to our website, which is lifeinsidejack.com, and follow us on Instagram, Lifeinsidejack. If you already follow us on Instagram, thank you. We appreciate that. And just check back every so often. You'll see new things coming up as we continue our journey around the United States and have a great amount of fun, which you should be doing. So get out here and join us.
I think we're good.
I think we're good. Are we good?
We're done. Turn it off.
Turn it off.